Yo, Mies, did you see this shit? They charging Brian's kid for J-Mo's, Kato's, and that other little kid's murder.
Fuck is you? Huh? I said, who the fuck is you, nigga? Who the fuck is you?
You twisted fuck. But I put your sorry ass out your misery. You see this?
All right, now that concludes BMF season 2, episode 10, and we got like pretty much everything that we needed to see from this episode, where we got to see basically like Terry and Meech, separate, and they kind of like start off their own journeys and path. Because like in the documentary, I know it was explained that that eventually like they did go like their separate ways, but I kind of thought that they still was together, and that when they reached like their adulthood, like when they got like a little bit older, that they separated. I didn't think it was gonna be soon, but like Meech said, he was just like, you gotta expand and gotta go places. Because in the beginning part, you saw he was like, like L.A. and Atlanta, and just basically spreading. Because it's like, if you're making so much money and you don't want to step on anybody else's toes, it's like, you have to expand and try to get everybody on board of what you're trying to build. And that's essentially what Meech did, and it's good. It's really good. And the Brian stuff with his son, I mean, that's the thing. When you are being bullied, that's basically everybody in this world, where if you're being bullied by that person and you constantly keep telling him to leave you alone, but he doesn't want to listen, that you have to take some sort of form of action. And that's what happens now. It's like, you would have either by fist or by gun or by knife. And unfortunately for Kevin, he killed the bully. But Brian, they finally tied everything together. Like, Brian held the gun. He was supposed to report the gun. Now he's in trouble. I would assume he could lose his job. I think, he probably will. Well, I don't know. It's like something will happen to him, but it's just like, he's in trouble, and his son is now on charges of murder. So, and they're gonna pin everything on his son. So now, he gonna be in jail for a hot minute, and now Brian's life is all destroyed. Now, I thought Jen was gonna die, but I guess I was maybe wrong on that part. But who knows? This could, well. No. Okay. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. No. I thought she was going to die, but she didn't die. But in the beginning parts of it, Brian came up to Meech and Terry, and he was just like, come here. I want to show you something. And then he showed him. It was like, hey, look, Monique's dead. And he was just like, oh, my God. And they knew it was Lamar. But I kind of like how Meech came up with an alternative option to just say, listen, how about we just get Lamar hooked up on drugs instead of killing him? Because Lamar was already beating himself up, because you seen where he was kind of like fighting against himself, because it was like, he killed everybody that he loved. He killed his best friend. He killed the woman that only loved him, that ever loved him. So it was like he did all of this to himself. So I think that's like the perfect punishment for Lamar. Have the man hooked up on drugs and he's living in his own sorrow and pain. I think that's like the perfect way for a tortured soul, to have him torture his own self for the things that he did. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect that that's going to be his alternative option and his way of going out. I thought it was great. Now, Charles and Lucille. I mean, it was already, because Lucia already said, she's like, I talked to somebody too, getting a divorce. And Charles is like, nah, man, we can't do this. We got a second chance. Now, I kind of like Lucia, throughout this entire episode, because she was showing off that she got a body. She was showing it off. She was like, oh, who this woman? Damn, you look good. She was showing it off. And it's like, the thing is, being married, even though I've never been married, and I don't think I plan to, but it's just when you with your partner, I say for a girlfriend. Okay, so if you're with your girlfriend and things may get a little stale after a while, but that's the thing. It's you always have to backtrack on why you fell in love with her and why you was attracted to her in the first place. Because if things been stale, but then when you kind of rekindle the fire and the flames, you be like, oh yeah, I remember that time. That's the reason why, I got with you, because of this and that and stuff. And unfortunately, Charles was starting to see look what she got. Look what she's doing. And he's like, damn, but it's already too late because that divorce is going to happen and they're going to be living in separate homes. So that's unfortunately for that, but I mean, damn, like, it was just funny. He's just looking at her, and it's like, listen, man, you lost that. You went and cheated, like, you lost that. And like she said, she was like, yeah, the dirty books and him cheating, like him trying to have everybody at the family table, and Lucia was just like, nah, man, like, did you bring Mabel? Like, did you bring Mabel? He's like, come on, Lucia, stop that shit. But yeah, I thought it was good, but. I mean, now that I forgot about like the funny part when everybody was at the hair fashion show thing, and then that's when you see fucking Terry gonna break Marquisha, and LaWanda was there, and they had that little fight. I'm like, oh, you don't do that. You definitely don't do that. You know everybody still like LaWanda, and you break a Marquisha. I'm like, no, that was wrong, and they had that little spat. That was kind of funny though. It was just like. Because Lucia said, aren't you a little seasoned to be with my son? I was like, damn. Like, oh, like that was a sting. But I mean, it was funny. But I was like, yo, that's a sting. But Terry loves her, and she apparently loves him. But now he has to defend his throne because Boom has his guys after Terry now. And you've seen that at the end, like the whole shots was fired at the end. So Terry's going to have to go through a lot and to defend his home, which is crazy because they fight in 2 wars in different cities where Terry's going to have to fight his war in Detroit, and then Meech is going to have to survive in L.A. Well, not in L.A. I mean, Atlanta. He's going to have to survive in Atlanta, so that's interesting. And then with the Colombian connects. But I kind of like how K9 didn't snitch and rat out on Terry and Meech because he has so much respect for them. Like, he told on everybody else, but Meech and Terry was like, no, because they are businessmen, and they're going to be the ones that's going to take the game to a next level. And it's going to be cool to see what's going to happen, because we know in the documentary there will be some sort of fallout between Meech and Terry. And then after that, it's going to already be too late because Meech is going to blow up to be big. Terry's going to be around, but eventually they will get caught, and Brian is going to be the one to bring them in. So that's going to be a interesting future that's going to await them. The man that they basically stopped and kind of took down is going to be the one that's going to get his revenge, and he's going to basically come after them both in the future, and he will succeed. So that future is going to be crazy, but overall, this season was good. Episode 10 was great. I give this a 10 out of 10. And, yeah. So, comment down below what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you all in the next one.